in our first podcast with our agents. Today we have a special guest, which is Edmund Galvez. He is Philippine lawyer and Australian registered migration agent. He is the founder of aMVPs agency, is our partner, and today we will talk about some of the challenges that we will face this year, 2026, and we will invite you, the new students, to come to Australian Sovereign College. But before that, we're going to explain how the process works, what are the requirements, how you can, what is the process with the agencies, how they can help you in that application, and Edmund will help us with that.
Yeah, thank you, Isabel, for inviting me. It's my honor to be a guest in your podcast. And yes, I'm a registered migration agent, and I have several students enrolled with Australian Sovereign College, and they're very happy with the quality of education and the amenities. Thank you for that.
So you know that this is a new year, everyone is doing the board vision goals. So now, for the students that want to come to Australia and want to study any trade course, they will be maybe face some challenges. What do you think that they have to keep in mind for start their process to come here?
Well, as we know, the student visa program of Australia has become more strict. I remember after the opening of the borders, the Australian Department of Home Affairs were very loose with the requirements of the student visa program. Recently, they've become more strict and stricter each year, and that has been a struggle for those students who are unprepared with their visa applications. So they need to prepare the documents that are necessary and also their statement of purpose, because as we know, in a student visa application there is no face-to-face interview. The value of the statement of purpose is very material. It's crucial because that would serve as an interview between you and the immigration, and the criteria of the student visa program should be mentioned there. Otherwise, because of limited information, a visa might be refused.
Correct. So you will hear a lot about genuine student, which is the process that Edmund has been taught. But also, I wanted to ask, we mainly are talking for the people who want to apply for a student visa. However, there are other kind of visa that they can apply for study in Australia. Is that correct?
Well, one of the changes of the Australian Department of Home Affairs migration policy is that before, you can come to Australia on another type of temporary visa and then apply student visa on shore. But the current policy of the department is that a visa hopping from a visitor visa to a student visa, or from a 485 visa to student visa, is no longer allowed. So at present, if you want to apply for a student visa, you need to do it offshore, because if you're on a visitor visa and then you want to shift to a different type of visa, like a student visa, then it's not allowed, it's prohibited.
Thank you for the clarification. That's one of the most frequent questions of everyone that is overseas, like how I can come and study, or the ones that are already here, like so how I gonna continue to extend my visa. So talking about that process of a student visa, which is subclass 500, what are the most, let's say, frequent requirements? And now, because you, let's say, work mostly with Philippines, you can also let us know if it's more for that market or if it's in general for everyone, the requirements for student visa.
Yes, so generally, as a whole, the main requirements for a visa, not just with a student visa, are the following. IDs, passport, because this is a particular criteria that an individual who enters Australia must be the one who is holding a valid passport. So a government identifier document is very important and crucial. Another one would be the health requirement. So everyone must pass a medical exam. If that applicant has some health issues, that problem might stop the applicant from getting a visa. And then the third would be the documents, the necessary documents. So the necessary documents for a student visa application are generally overseas qualification documents. So if you have completed a degree or a vocational course in your country, then that is essential. Another one would be the employment documents. So if you already a course for several years, you need to give an accurate data or information about your employment history. And another one would be the crucial financial evidence and the English evidence. So with these two type of requirements, there is a exemption to the rule that you need to provide these documents, and that exemption will apply if the assessment level of your nationality is under level 1 or level 2. For those countries who fall under the level 3 assessment level of the department, then there is a requirement that you need to mandatorily submit proof that if you intend to study in Australia, you have the capacity to support your studies. And another one is the English test. So with the English test, you need to pass a minimum of 6 for IELTS or equivalent in PTE so that you can get a confirmation of enrollment. However, if you are from a level 1 country or level 2 country, then there is an exemption. You don't need to submit it at the time you lodge your application. However, if the case officer is suspicious that you cannot support yourself while you will be studying in Australia, then they can still ask you for those documents.
So now with all the knowledge that you share with us, how we can guide the students to make the decision for the course? So which vocational or trade courses are in high demand in Australia and why they remain attractive in 2026?
Okay, that's a very good question. I want to emphasize this because the viewers should know how the case officers makes decision in relation to a student visa application, and considering the mindset of the students offshore who want to enter Australia on a student visa to study high demand courses. So regarding the first point that I want to emphasize, getting the right course is crucial because of the criteria that the case officer use in assessing your student visa application. So there are two main criteria. First one is the genuine student criteria. This means that the immigration or the case officer must be convinced that the course that you are intending to study is related to the current employment that you have or to the qualification. Otherwise, if the course that you choose is not aligned with your current employment, then chances of getting a refusal is high.
Okay.
So the other criteria will be the genuine temporary entrant. This means that aside from satisfying the genuine student criteria, that means the relevance of your current employment or current qualification to the future course in Australia. The genuine temporary entrant means that you need to convince them that upon completion of your studies, you will go out of Australia and apply the knowledge and learnings that you have gained while having your student visa in Australia. Now, with regard to the second question about the high demand courses, well, even nowadays, these courses include trading courses such as building and construction, wall tiling, commercial cookery, health-related courses like individual support, diploma of community service, and many more. Now, these courses are in demand because of the need of employees in these particular sectors in Australia. Studying these courses can help you gain work experience while you are in Australia, because after completing these courses, you can be eligible with the 485 or the temporary graduate visa. And this particular program is really for international students who completed their studies and practice what they have learned in school, develop work experience, and improve their English communication skills.
And I have a good news that we have all of that courses
That's
here
very
in
good,
Australia,
yeah.
and so we're in college.
Yeah.
And also, there is another question that just came to my mind because some of the students ask why I have to ask for I want to know how much the course is. I want to have the offer letter, but they are not sure why they have to apply for the COE. But what, from the school, what we can also advise them is with the COE, they actually can complete the genuine requirement for apply for their visa. Is that correct? So they have to do the process before with the college and then apply to the visa, and then they will get can get the approval after, obviously, they have been enrolled in actually a course in Australia.
Yes, that's correct. So the student visa application process starts with enrollment. So you need to talk to an education provider such as Australian Sovereign College. Once you have received the offer letter, then you can pay the initial deposit and get your COE. Just a reminder for the viewers, be very cautious in choosing your education provider because not all education providers in Australia are legitimate. And if there is a chance that your chosen education provider will declare bankruptcy, you will have trouble looking for another school and look for another course, and you'll not get refunded with the tuition that you've paid. With Australian Sovereign College, I have a good feedback from my students. So you can choose the school, and they have all the courses, not just from the trade courses, they also have vocational and hospitality. So it's like a college with all types of field in it.
And thank you for saying that, Edmund, because also for us it's important to work with our partners. So we highly recommend and we want to encourage all the prospective students to also work with our agency, because we are not the experts with the visa.
Yeah.
We are the experts for the courses, but we, for that reason, we work with our partners. And that leads for me to ask you another question about what makes aMVPs different in the way that you support your students.
Yeah, that's a good question. To give you a background about aMVPs, so I am the registered migration agent, and my background is I am a university administrator and a faculty member. So although it's a migration agency, but the heart is on the students. As a previous administrator, I was with the student affairs, and I'm more concerned not just with the completion of their studies, but how students are supported along the journey. So in our agency, aside from giving good quality service in the visa process of your application, we also give student support. We have IELTS, we have tours, we have barista courses and everything. And if the student is with us, they can contact me for free consultations, and we really guide them. And if they want to apply for another visas later on, they can approach me by using those free consultations. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
No worries.
Is there
Thank
anything else that you want to add?
Our office is at level 12, 530 Little Collins Street. If you want to book an appointment, you can also do that through our migration page or through our website, aMVPsSolutions.com.
Thank you, Edmund, for
you.
your time, for sharing your knowledge with us. And thank you, everyone. You can follow us in Instagram and Facebook, AuSC Global. And see you on the next podcast with our agents. Bye-bye. If you want to see more, you can visit us in our YouTube channel.
To study in Australia? Start your international student journey with aMVPs Education.
We're here for you. Student guidance, visa services too. Building bright tomorrow's all for you. aMVP.
Connect with aMVPs Education today.